But we can say it now.
Yeah.
You're in Brooklyn. You're happy. You're with guys that you want to be with a team that you're happy to be with.
You on this show 100 times. Ben Simmons can be an all-star, but that's all he can be until he learns how to shoot.
And your brothers need you. You smiling, high-fiving, dressed in street clothes. What the hell are you doing? Not giving them a check to sit on the bench and smile when you're 100% healthy and ready to go. You got to be kidding me, man.
Hey, remember when we all thought Ben Simmons was done? When his struggles seemed too big to overcome? Well, hold on to your seats because you're about to see something wild. Simmons just had a game that'll make you question everything you thought you knew. In just 18 minutes against the Utah Jazz, Simmons turned back the clock. He was moving like his old self, making plays that had us all scratching our heads in disbelief. But here's what you really need to know. This might be the start of the comeback we've all been waiting for. Remember when Ben Simmons was the talk of the NBA? Let's rewind to his rookie year. This guy burst onto the scene like a supernova, leaving everyone's jaws on the floor. Simmons wasn't just good, he was generational talent good. We're talking about a 6'10" point guard who could see passes before they even existed. Crazy, right? His first few seasons? Pure magic. Simmons was racking up triple-doubles like they were going out of style. All-star games? He was there. Defensive dominance? You bet. This guy was locking down everyone from point guards to power forwards. It seemed like the sky was the limit for Ben. But then...
You on this show 100 times. Ben Simmons can be an all-star, but that's all he can be until he learns how to shoot. You can't have a guy on the court who's afraid to shoot the basketball. If a guy is, my second best player can't shoot, I can't go to him with the game on the line. I don't even have him in the game.
The 2021 playoffs happened. That series against the Hawks? It changed everything. Simmons went from unstoppable to, well, stopped. His confidence? Gone. His shooting? Non-existent. He was passing up open looks like they were poison. It was painful to watch. The tension kept building. Every game, every possession, we were all waiting for Simmons to snap out of it, to take that shot, to be the player we knew he could be. But it didn't happen. Instead, we saw a player who looked scared of his own shadow on the court. And then came the aftermath. It wasn't pretty. We're talking about a messy breakup with Philly that would make a soap opera blush. Trade demands, drama, the whole 9 yards. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Finally, Simmons landed in Brooklyn. A fresh start, right? Wrong. Injuries hit him hard.
But we can say it now.
Yeah.
You're in Brooklyn. You're happy. You're with guys that you want to be with a team that you're happy to be with. Owner's gonna be like, this is what we paying for? You to travel with the team. So they gotta pay for his travel. They gotta pay for his hotel room. To mention the fact, what damage are you doing to your contemporaries? Because the owners are gonna remember this.
Doubts followed him like a shadow. The player who once dominated the court was now struggling just to stay on it. So here's the million-dollar question. Is Ben Simmons still an elite passer and defender? Can he get back to being that game-changing player we all remember? The jury's still out. But one thing's for sure, the road back to the top is steep, and Simmons has a mountain to climb. You know what's wild? Just when everyone thought Ben Simmons was down for the count, he pulls off a comeback that had jaws dropping all over Brooklyn. We're talking 6 assists in the first quarter alone. But hold up, before you get too excited, there's a catch that might change everything. Fast forward to January 2024. Simmons is back on the court after another injury, and expectations, they're lower than the Nets' playoff chances last season. But something's different this time.
He didn't want to throw the kid on the bus. He said, it doesn't matter. We sit here, we're basketball guys. We know basketball.
Giving them a check to sit on the bench and smile when you're 100% healthy and ready to go. You got to be kidding me, man. And my point is, we couldn't say that about Ben Simmons in Philly for the reasons that you and I discussed, Jay. But we got to stop glossing over this. This isn't Ben Simmons in Philadelphia anymore. He's in Brooklyn. The
moment he steps on the hardwood, it's like watching a ghost of rookie Ben come back to life. His first game back was 18 minutes of pure electricity. Simmons was moving like his old self, pushing the pace and making plays that had us all scratching our heads in disbelief. You should have seen the way he was threading passes through the defense. It was like he had eyes in the back of his head. Coach Jock Vaughn couldn't stop gushing about Simmons' impact. He called Ben the team's best playmaker, saying his passing elevates everyone's game. And you know what? He's not wrong. The entire team's energy changed with Simmons on the floor. Lonnie Walker IV even said it felt like they were playing with more urgency. But here's the million-dollar question. Can Simmons keep this up, or is it just a one-game wonder? Let's dig into the numbers. His passing and defense are looking sharp, but there's still one big question mark hanging over his head: scoring and aggression.
And your brothers need you. You smiling, high-fiving, dressed in street clothes. What the hell are you doing?
I am on the same page with you on this. I don't know what that buffer time is that he needs. I would like some more specification for him.
They're going to remember this. They're going to look at that anytime these players are talking about their money and what have you, because you get paid now. That's why this is on KD in terms of what he's got to do. It's a damn shame he has to do it.
I need to understand, I think there will be more pressure on Ben Simmons now, and his teammates will start to look at him saying, what else can we do for you?
Get this. Simmons is averaging only 6.5 points per game this season. That's crazy low for a guy who used to drop triple-doubles like they were nothing. And when it comes to usage and turnover rates, he's at the bottom of the barrel. It's like he's still hesitant to take control of the game. Here's another wild stat. The Nets' half-court offense actually performs better when Simmons is off the floor. That's not great news for a guy trying to prove he's still got it, but don't count him out just yet. Simmons showed he can still be a threat in transition, pulling off a coast-to-coast drive that had everyone thinking, maybe he's back. After the game, Simmons was all smiles, saying, "It's always a fast break when I have the ball." That's the confidence we've been waiting to see. But the big question remains, can he bring this energy every night? Or was this just a fleeting glimpse of what could have been? Ben Simmons' story is far from over. This game against the Jazz, it's just the beginning. He showed us he can still make waves on the court, but here's the thing. One good game doesn't make a comeback. The real challenge for Simmons is keeping this up night after night. Consistency is key. Can he bring that same energy, that same playmaking magic every time he steps on the court? And let's talk about confidence. Simmons needs to believe in himself as much as his teammates do. That's what's going to make or break this comeback. Remember, we're not just talking about physical skills here. It's all about the mental game too. Simmons has been through a lot, and bouncing back from that kind of pressure isn't easy. But if he can keep his head in the game and trust his abilities, who knows? We might just see the return of the Ben Simmons we all remember.